Swing by and see me later. I'll get it to you.
See the new Brickheads? Cheapy and the 3 Disney ones.
Are these, did you get them for review?
Yeah.
Oh, cool stuff.
All right, mic yourself.
Thank you.
Right, lads. Have a good one, mate. Talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
All right,
Yeah.
American superstars. We saw a lot of Americans are keeping in and chatting with us. All right, let's straighten up this camera now.
Are we on yet?
No, dude, we're streaming.
Oh, wow, it's happening already.
Yeah, we are. No
building.
mucking around here.
Batman Bill, it's obvious.
Mate,
Shouldn't have asked.
slowly, August.
89. The best,
89.
Some might say the best Batmobile.
Definitely the best Batman. So, okay, well, you're very clearly a movie buff. Let's start there. What is your best Batmobile? That one?
89. So I
that
mean,
one.
you know, I was born in the 80s, so I grew up watching 66 Batman after school.
Do you ever go back and watch it every now and then? The Adam Wests.
I watched one when I did my stop motion video for it.
Yep.
But I haven't watched any more than that, so I used one for inspiration and didn't touch any more.
How good are they though, man?
They are so good. I mean, mega camp, poor production.
What about the classic 66 set?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably up there with one of my favourite sets.
You know, it doesn't fit anywhere with anything else.
But it's
nicely,
so versatile.
But it's such a cool set.
I mean,
and that car.
The car.
That car was cool.
I'd love it if they did the boat with it as well. I'm sure there's a custom one out there I could copy.
Yeah.
But I mean, just having the helicopter and the platform and then the Batcave and the Bruce Wayne Manor and you flip it around, you've got the outside walls. Even for stop motion purposes, it's so versatile.
Well, I mean, especially for stop motion stuff, it'd be really, really good for you, huh?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I use that wall, so you know the outside wall with the windows and the shrubbery.
Yes, yep.
I laid it flat and did them climbing up the wall on that, and then obviously flipped the footage accordingly.
That's cool.
It was easy to do, but it was a lot of thinking like, hang on, which way do I need to put the camera for this to work as well? Because you got to flip the camera on the side, because the set's on the side and have them climbing. So I did like a test run to make sure it was gone correct.
It's just so, like, because you got to think, obviously, how they done it back then too.
That's exactly how I did it.
Like, you know, you kind of, you're remaking the past. But if you had to, I guess, if you were doing a Batman and you wanted like the backdrop, you'd have to go for Brent Waller's.
But Brent who what?
Brent, you know, have you seen so Brent was the guy that originally designed the Ghostbusters car for Lego Ideas.
Right.
But he's just built, you might have seen online, it's like the Bruce Wayne Manor, then it's got the basement, then it's got the Batcave.
I did see photos. That is like, ridiculous.
Beyond ridiculous.
Who's got time for that? That's crazy.
Who's got money for that?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Too busy buying equipment.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so a lot of you that are still hanging around in there, 2004, those sets were sweet. Extreme stunts, okay. So we've got a few United States people in here at the moment. This guy, his name is Andrew, Cheep Jokes online. If you have searched anything stop motion, guarantee your stuff's, you'd be still trending. Your stuff would still be up there.
I hope it's still up there.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you know, it's I wouldn't say it's a saturated market, but there's a lot of people doing it. Yeah. A lot of people really good at it. What I lack in quality sometimes, I make up for funny stories and humor like that, and that's kind of where I get my wins.
So yeah, go and find Cheep Jokes on YouTube. But yeah, so Andrew's been, how long have you been doing it? Like the stop motion stuff?
So it's 6 years, and it started off with me and my mate wanted to make a sitcom.
Is that your YouTube?
That's spot on, yeah. Me and my mate wanted to make a sitcom, but then, you know, organising humans for production is so hard. You got to, you know, have someone doing the lights, someone doing the camera. You got to have actors, and then
and you got to pay them.
You got to pay them, and just coordinating all those people at the same time is almost near impossible. So I was like, you know what? Let me start playing around with some stop motion. I'll use Lego because it's easy to work with. It holds in place. And I started doing it on Instagram. When Instagram first introduced video, you weren't able to import from your camera roll. You had to tap the record button, and you could do multiple videos into one, what would you call it, one length of video.
Yeah.
It was like tapping to do multiple ones at different times.
I kind of remember that.
So I did that. Stop motion, that's how I started stop motion, was tapping Instagram.
Really?
As much of a, you know, frame
So not even on a camera?
Not even on a camera.
Wow,
man. I was tapping Instagram.
Showing your age too.
Yeah, showing my age. Showing Instagram's age. And you know, there were frame rates were all over the shop, but I did that for about maybe 5 or 6 months doing it that way. Thanks for the sub. And it was his sub or my sub? Can we get clarification, Miss T? Okay, good.
Miss T to be yours.
Thanks. Sure, here, so it must be.
Yeah.
Sure, aren't you? So yeah, I did that for about 6 months, and then I had Regal Cinemas, which a lot of you guys would know. Regal Cinemas in the US contacted me to do a commission job. So they had a popcorn promotion, and they wanted a
Popcorn
popcorn
promotion.
promotion. It was all that popcorn, and they wanted a 15-second popcorn video. And it was well timed because the Lego movie came out a couple months later, and they commissioned me again to do 3 30-second videos.
Oh man.
And I made them so they all linked together. They all had a story together. I uploaded it as one full thing. Oh man,
That's right.
This place is falling apart.
This one thing just keeps falling off.
Uploaded it as one full video, and it went what you'd call viral, I guess. So it's up to
Oh, I know the one
almost
you're talking about.
10 million 10 million views. So that one
No.
was really what kickstarted me.
10 million.
And it was called Lego Movie Premiere.
Yep.
It was like a minute and a half long, so it wasn't terribly huge, but for some reason it got traction and.
For some reason.
For some reason.
some reason.
I mean, it was all right. There was no dialogue. It was almost like a silent film, which, you know, if you think internationally, that could be why. Because, you know, it was suitable for all languages because there was no language.
So, not long ago, someone that follows me online and stuff sent me a cool little intro, and they've probably stole it from you. I don't know. So, have you ever made one where I think it's a white room from memory? Joker rolls in, does some graffiti. Batman and Robin come in. He gets scared and throws dynamite at it, and then it explodes. Have you seen that, or is
I
that
haven't seen
short?
that.
Okay.
That's
Well, at least it's not yours.
Not me.
At least this guy didn't steal and give it to. But he's converted it and it sprays eye and bills it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I
Secret cameo.
But yeah, no, it's really cool stop motion. Have you got a number of how many short films or short stop motions you've done?
I think my YouTube has at least a couple of hundred videos, and you know they range from 15 seconds to I think the longest. We've done some live streams and review videos which are on 30-minute mark. There's some live streams we did for like an hour of building and sort of I was testing out that market.
So you've done like behind the scene type stuff?
Yeah. So I think I set up a camera while I was filming a stop motion once. So I mean, a few people pop by to watch, but it's pretty boring to watch. Like stop motion is not the most exciting thing when you're filming. You've got the camera set up, you've got the set, but then you're taking a photo, moving it a tiny little bit, taking another photo, and repeat that about 1,000 times.
But if you wanted to get into stop motion, it's exactly what you want to watch.
You want to watch it, yeah. But
So if we were to make, say, okay, let's go to your first 15-second
yeah.
commission work.
Yeah.
How long in total did that take you to make?
that was a good part of a weekend. So I had to build a set. So that's probably the slowest part of the production for me. I'm not a builder. I'm an animator. So a lot of the times I've had other people build the sets for me. So your buddy Kale, I've commissioned him to build sets for me. So I did a commission for a large insurance company. Never got out there due to licensing issues, but so they hired me to make a video. I'm like, well, I need some interior sets of a house. It was a lounge room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. So I said to Cal, this is what I need. This is what it needs to be based on. I need to be able to remove walls so I can get the camera in there and change angles. He came back to me with it. It was perfect for you. So, being a really good builder is important, but he needs to understand as well how I need to use it for filming, which is moving walls.
Which is what nobody would ever think of.
And you don't build it, and the structure is weak. Anytime I make stop motion video, it looks good on camera. You look any closer, it's rubbish. But yeah, back to the question.
But it looks good.
Building the set, it looks good. Building the set is probably the most time-consuming part. And with this popcorn one, it was what was it? It was like a candy bar. So it was like a sand-coloured wall, so a light, creamy sand-coloured wall. I had a popcorn machine from the Palace Theatre modular.
The cart one.
Yeah, so I kind of gutted that. I made my own popcorn machine, put little yellow 1x1s. And what else did we do? Oh, by the end, so the popcorn machine overflowed, and I cooked up a big box of popcorn, and I was pouring in through the top, so it would spill out the front.
Yeah.
And the final scene was my character, and I think it was Indiana Jones, riding the popcorn out
like a wave.
Like a wave out of the doors.
Yeah, that's cool.
The doors on the corner of the modular.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you said you're not a builder, but obviously you're a Lego fan.
Lego fan.
Okay, even I guess let's twist the question up. Why not figures? Why Lego? For stop motion.
Well, I guess a lot of my collection is figures. So I have probably 2 tubs worth of just figures, and I keep them in little glide bags in series. So I've got a DC bag, I've got a Avengers bag, a Marvel bag, I've got a Disney bag, I've got all the collectible minifigs, series 1, 2, 3, so I can easily access them, take a quick photo, get a video started. and I have a lot of stuff built, ready to go. So the modular sets, they're on a 32 by 32 base plate. I build them on a 16 by 32, so I just need the facade.
Facade, yep. Mate,
so
you're full Hollywood.
Full Hollywood. So I'll just build the exteriors, and then I'll take all the props from inside the modules. I'll build them and keep them in a separate bucket. So billiard tables, fridges, paintings on the wall. So then I just need to build basically an L-shaped wall, and then I'll blue tack frames and stuff like this on the edges. Fill it with some tables and different things like that. And suddenly I've got a set ready to go to film. So
good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess as the further you get on in your buildings and your stop motion and stuff, they get bigger and better, more detailed and extravagant.
Yeah.
So I just watched one. Actually, I only watched it yesterday when I had some downtime. Can't remember which one it was now. Wild West.
Wild West. Yep.
Man, like that is.
Thank you. That wasn't me.
But obviously you were behind.
No, so it was Production Journal. So production_journal on Instagram. He
that was good though.
Did that for a school assignment.
Oh, really?
So he did a video production class or something like that, and it was his final entry for year 12. So he did that one, and yeah, he did an amazing job.
Maybe did you give him points? Did you let him, or you helped him, or?
We discussed a lot.
Because you had a lot of credit in it.
Not in that one, because that was all him on that one.
No, whoever I was talking to, you're getting some good credit for it.
Yeah, we worked on another one just latest on my YouTube. It's Batwalk, so it's a catwalk, but in the Batcave, so it's a Batwalk. And it's basically introducing the new collectible minifigs, the DC series. So we worked on that one together. So I wrote the script, we did a video con and had a script read through. He gave me some comical pointers on comic references on the characters, because I'm not as familiar with them as he is. What's the strangest stop motion I've done? Strangest. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah, so I wrote the script, we collaborated, refined the script, sent it away. I built the main Batcave set for him, because I had a Batcave ready to go. Took it up, took him the minifigs, he filmed. And then he sent all the footage back, I edited it together, so pull all the frames in, add the mouth movements, do the sound effects, and then the music. That was before we get so they've got two good questions here. How do you do the mouth stuff? Yeah, so I'll do a series of movements, so let's say Bruce Wayne turning around, moving an arm, and then I'll find a frame that looks good and pause basically on that frame, take that frame out. There's 9 phonetic mouth movements I'll pop on there. So take that one frame, white out the printed mouth, so content aware it, fill it in, makes it the normal tone of whatever the brick colour is. Man, that is so involved. Put my mouth movements over the top. It's a bit of effort, but you get quick at it. Like it's just a boring, repetitive task, But I mean, the end of the day, the outcome is it works. And even though it's a still frame, because their mouth's moving, it makes you feel like there's other stuff going on. Sometimes I might cross it with, so in the Batwalk video, if you have a look, there's 3 monitors behind him. Yep. And that was the Batcave monitors, which I green screened and then pulled in 3 different videos to put behind it. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah. Too bad we can't put it on the screen and watch it picture in picture. Yeah, that'd be cool actually. All right, let's go through these questions. What is the strangest? What's the strangest? So there was one, I'd say it was probably 4 years ago. If you go through my channel, YouTube/Cheep Jokes, there's basically, what did I call it? iBrick, I think it was. So it was ripping on a Samsung commercial that was quite obscure. So if you think of those really wanky catwalk model videos where they mean nothing, I basically copied a Samsung video frame for frame and did it with Lego, and it's weird. But it went alright? It went alright. So Fed Square in Melbourne, Australia, had a Lego Christmas tree set up one year, and they contacted me to make content for their big screen in the middle of Fed Square. Fed Square is a giant tourism hub, so all the tourists go there. It's a chill out spot, it's cultural, all this sort of stuff. It's well known. Here anyway, big screen, and this video played on there about twice an hour, and I was in there sort of, listening over shoulders. And people are like, "What did I just watch? What the hell was that?" What a spot to get your video played though, man. Yeah, it's a great spot to have content. A full month of December had mine and Instagrams from around the world, our content on, a screen in the middle of Melbourne. So your next, that's a pretty big tick. Yeah, that's cool. Super Bowl ads next. Super Bowl ads? That's the next logical step. No, it's got to be. You can't go. You got to do some sort of American Super Bowl ad. Yeah, look, I'm trying to take some small steps in the meantime. So, I got to interview some Lego Masters contestants after the first series. I've done the same for Series 2, which obviously can't say anything yet, but when that comes out during the year, they'll be up on the YouTube as well.
So would you, this is me just purely thinking marketing, would you do like a stop motion 15-second grab of each episode? Would that be beneficial for you, like mimicking what just happened on that episode?
That'd be a good idea. So what I've done with each of the contestants, I've done mini challenges.
Yep.
So I'll give you a clue on one of them. So I had 2 of the contestants competing against each other to find the Cheep Joke sig fig on the minifig wall. So there's 2 minifig walls in the brick pit.
Yep.
At each end. I hid my sig fig amongst, how many figs do you reckon are on the wall? Have to be 1,000 each? No, more than 1,000. It'd have to be at least 3,000, 4,000.
That'd be at least 100 wide.
True.
And probably 30 to 45, 50.
Right, let's say there's at least 50,000 figs in the brick pit.
Go 10,000.
Then 10,000?
Go 10,000. Go 10,000.
Let's not get silly.
Let's go 10,000. There's a lot.
So he was hidden in there and they had to find it. I think it took him 42 seconds or 52 seconds, so it was pretty good.
And they found him, no?
They found it, but it was a fun little challenge. So little challenges like that. We've got one giving us our brick pit tour. Excuse me.
It's all right. I'm just going to stop here and say, Brick Studios, we talked about that before, how to make Legos Pitbulls the mouse moves. Pretty much he said he stops the frames, has 9 different mouth movements, and it's pretty much a copy and paste repetitive type thing.
So if you head to my channel, there is a video where I do a stop motion tutorial. It's towards the end of the video, but watch the whole video.
After the stream.
Yeah, after the stream. And that's got a little bit of visuals on how I've done the mouth movements.
Yeah. All right, so go back to your challenges. So after that you said you did...
Yeah, so we did a brick pit tour, so not a challenge, but something really interesting for the hardcore Lego fans to see where everything's located in the brick pit.
Did you do it like you got to be the host, just kind of went with the camera?
One of the contestants
that's cool.
Took us around, walked us through everything.
Man, not even we got to do that in the first season.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And I'm assuming they didn't change brick pit style from old to new?
No, it's the same pit. Okay. I don't know if everything's in the same location,
but
it's the same setup from what I know.
And I'm assuming, well, I'm kind of actually hoping for the season 2 guys that they got a few more elements that were needed that weren't there for us.
Potentially. I think there was a few more restocks.
That's what I mean. It's so funny. 2.5 million pieces of Lego and we still ran out of certain bits and pieces.
There'll be some big builds where you use a lot of the same colour, and if they're in between filming for the next episode and dismantling the last one, you're going to be out of that brick.
Well, I can guarantee you no one built with light bluish grey bricks after our DeLorean.
yeah, there wouldn't be much grey left, right? So there's an example. The next episode, there would be no grey until they are dismantled and put back in.
Same with the bridge build. There would have been no Technic pins left. And no Technic left after the bridge build. Yeah, I get that.
I can't even remember seeing Technic in the brick pit when I was in there, so I mean, I guess there's not an abundance of it.
Yeah. And the one thing that really, really annoyed me for the brick pit was Technic pins were in one bucket, and it didn't matter if it was a black pin, a friction pin, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, you can't be doing this.
And what would frustrate me, the little 1x1 round bricks, you want a transparent for water, they're mixed in with every other colour.
Yeah.
You're not picking all those out.
And also, the yellow Technic, the thing just slide down a Technic,
little,
I don't know what you'd call it.
It's like a peg or a stopper or whatever.
Yeah. They were in amongst all the pins.
Yeah.
So, you're trying to do this, trying to get the pins out. So you end up looking at the bottom of a plastic Perspex things, but that's insane.
And that's the kind of thing you'd waste so much time on as well, just like searching for pieces that one minor but crucial element.
So one question to come up just then, any tips on making the stop motion? They've done a stop motion and it turned out okay. What makes a good stop motion to, I guess, a bad?
Yeah, well, Brick Studio 23, I think you said it in your sentence right there. So you've done one stop motion. You've got to practice. Everyone's first stop motion is going to be the worst one you do, but what I always say is you've got to practice, and what I like to do is learn something new every video I do, and I still do it. So my first one was, can I do it? And it's like, all right, cool, I can do it, it's done. Next one was like maybe fixing up lighting or getting smoother movements or adding a story, adding mouth movements. So there's endless things on what you can improve on, and it's really just doing it and improving each time. Start off with 15 seconds. It's hard, it's time consuming, but the longer you do it, you find shortcuts, better ways to do things, and
you get used to it. You know where you get faster.
And follow a real film production process as well. So, write a script, storyboard it out, make a list of shots that you need to do.
Here's one then. So, you said you follow the film, the movie direction. Do you shoot 25 frames in a second?
No, not at all. So 25 frames a second is a lot in Lego, and I think a lot of the kids aim for about 15 frames a second. That's a really smooth thing. But if you do that, you potentially got all your characters running everywhere as well. So there's only limited movements you can do for one step if you're making them walk. And if you're doing 15 frames, they might be running. So I don't mind slowing it down and doing 10 frames a second.
So you have 15 is kind of your starting point?
I'd say 15 is expert level. Let them be stuttery and a bit rough at first, but you're going to learn to get smoother. And if you really get into it, there's programs that can help you, like Dragon Frame. So it gives you that onion layer of the previous frame. Yeah. So you can, see how much to move it if you've knocked anything. But yeah, have a look through my tutorial and see there's a lot of hints and tips on there.
So would there be a mistake? So say, I'm not a fan of, I'm a fan of watching it. I'm not going to ever sit down and do it. But if I was to do stop motion and I did the first second was 10, the second was 15, is it noticeable that they're not keeping consistent?
I think to the keen eye, like there's a lot of, what's the word for it? Enthusiastic stop motion fans out there who would pick up on that. And like you look at my mouth movements, that's a still frame, but I'm doing a mouth movement every maybe third of a second, I think it is. And you probably wouldn't think about it too much. If I'm doing 24 mouth movements in a second, you're not going to see the what do you call it? Phonetics?
Yes.
Enough
phonetics, I like that.
For it to be valuable. So,
and you can imagine doing a 5-second video at say 25 frames. That's a lot of work for not enough payoff.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
But you look at guys like what's he called? Firestarter. He's like one of the biggest Lego YouTubers. He does a lot of Batman stuff, a little bit violent. I think he actually gets commissioned by Lego to do stuff. But he'd be on 15 plus frames all the time regardless, I reckon, because he's just at that level.
That's insane.
But I think 15's the what you want to aim for,
So this Miss T, just watched the iBrick. I think I was confused, but entertaining
at the same time, yeah.
I really
it's about 1 minute.
So
Miss T, give us some feedback, favourite scene, any questions about how it was filmed as well. So I did that one. That took about a week, and it is only a minute, but I'd say it was very experimental, and from anyone who genuinely describes something as experimental. So LSD might help.
Some beverages.
There was a lot of green screen, a lot of layers. So like I had a character and a green screened out their torso and put another video layer behind that. I think I had like a mermaid spinning around so it looked like a naked lady. Weird.
I need to really get into this. So here's another one. Would green screen work better, or would actually building the habitat around what you're doing be better for you?
Habitat's better. Lego being plastic is very reflective, and the green screen reflects onto the plastic, which then takes it away. So I've green screened. Okay, so my 66 Batman video, I did the intro to 66 Batman, where they're running and all the rest of it. Did green screen for that. Very finicky, but I managed to get it. It was lucky that they were bold enough colours, and it's just really focusing on the angles.
But it still obviously affects and upsets.
It upsets it. So if you can avoid using green screen for Lego, do it. But it can add some cool stuff if you can pull it off.
And what's the coolest thing that you've pulled off that's worked? The Batman intro?
Probably the Batman intro. The iBrick thing that Miss T watched.
I need to check out this iBrick thing,
check
man.
it out. It's weird. It's conceptual.
How many frames was iBrick?
Oh man, I don't know. That could have been 10 to 15 because it was
a while ago.
It was a while ago. Yeah, I was at home sick from work for a week, like really sick, and I just locked myself in the spare room with a little heater. It was in the middle of winter. And
what's a heater?
When you're sick and you're not quite there, that's probably reflective of the video. But watch to the very end, and I'm pretty sure I put in the comparison against the Samsung video. If not, it's going to be way back on my Instagram. I'll send it through to you.
Check it out.
You got to find it. It's fun.
All right, so I made a Christmas stop motion with Lego family getting a Christmas tree and having a snowball fight. That's kind of cool.
Send that through to me. Brick Studio. Shoot me a message on Instagram. so I can take a look at it. That'd
So
be sick.
I'm assuming you still find that kind of stuff enjoyable to watch and out there.
And that's the thing. People talk to me about other YouTubers and stuff. I'm like, I don't watch that much YouTube.
Yep.
Like, I'll upload my stuff, monitor my content, but even TV, I don't watch a lot of stuff. And
Hey, at least you watch Lego Masters.
I come up with like, I watched Lego Masters. I was overseas and I couldn't stream it. I had to like binge when I got back. I think I was back for the last 2 or 3 weeks of it. But yeah, I had to. I was away when episode 1 went up, and I've got Kale messaging me. I saw all these comments. I'm like, oh man.
It came across interesting for a lot of different people.
But it was cool. Like, it was cool to see. It was nice to see a familiar face on there.
Totally.
And it's been interesting getting involved with it since as well. Obviously from a secondary point of view.
Did you try? Did you enter?
This season,
This one, yeah?
I did with Slicked Brick on Instagram. I obviously didn't get through, but it was fun to see the process.
So you went and done the audition build?
Went and did the audition build, and for me, that was probably all I wanted, because I got to build something with bricks that weren't mine that I didn't have to put away.
And the speed and a challenge and
because I don't do that. I keep stuff built and in glad bags, build it for when I need it. I'm a purist. I like to keep the sets together, and to be able to just go free range for an afternoon was great.
For those that are watching, if you don't know, when you go through the audition process, you put your name, you do the form, all that kind of stuff, and then you have to go, and then when you get accepted, obviously as far as Andrew did, you go to a room and you get, I think it's 10,000 bricks. It's actually 4 big classic mixes. We worked out what it was, So, and you've got, was it 3 hours? 3 hours?
It was a 3-hour build, yeah.
It's 3 hours, and you have to build a sphere. And then with a sphere, it has to tell a story. It's got to be intricate, and you got to do it really good.
What was your sphere? What'd you do?
So I made a pinball machine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and it worked really well. So we made it was about a half the table size. It was a pinball machine. We kind of cheated in a way. Our sphere, the first one, we just did a 2x2 little round brick, like the dice that's in the board games. But then they kind of like, no, we need a bigger sphere. So we just kind of made I forget the name. The ball that everyone makes. That snot ball,
classic snot.
So I just made a classic snot ball and then put it on as the headboard thing. But the pinball machine, it worked. It had Technic arms, and that was kind of cool. And then we ran out of time because we kind of built it, because it's very simple to make a pinball machine out of plates. You know what I mean? But so then we decided that, okay, we're going to put all the detail on the backboard, and then we made some sort of ball idea, crazy. But I think for myself especially, I was kind of the dick of the day. I made sure that I was noticed more than Lego, and obviously that's why they chose me. What'd you make?
We did a diorama of a disco, so our sphere was based around the mirror ball.
Oh man!
So it was coming out from the roof, and then we had like 2 kind of classic 50s looking figs, probably about this high. Had a stage with a band on it, similar size. And 4 legs hanging out from under the stage with people getting frisky.
That's actually cool.
But it was a very basic build. There was
you
not
don't
much
have
technical.
much. No. and I know the sets you use, there's only left wedges. There's only, I get it's very hard to make
and trying to get a consistent backdrop and trying to get the disco floor with the tiles as well. Black, white, or something like that was difficult.
But that's
a small section of it.
It
was like a school hall. I think I had a basketball ring as well.
Enchantment Under the Sea from Back to the Future. The Enchantment Under the Sea they did in their school hall.
That's kind of what we were going for. Yeah.
There you go.
That was pretty much it.
From your episode, what were some of the ones that you remember that other people built? Because there was some cool. So the best one, and this is I guess where it comes back to, it's a TV show, not a Lego competition. There was a couple that built a storybook that had a massive moon, and that was the sphere, and it had a cow on moving arms, cow jumping over the moon, and you'd slide it and the cow would jump over the moon. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why?
They got interactive.
It was amazing. And then Matt and Lynn, obviously the grandma and grandson, their build was a planet or a sun or something, or a meteor smashing into a Sunday barbecue. So they had mini figs, or what are them figs called? That with the square heads.
Yeah,
that size fig, whatever it is. They had them figs cooking a barbecue, and the meteor come down. It was actually pretty cool. It was a really cool idea.
I can't remember. We were just focused on what we were doing. We were kind of enjoying ourselves. We
kind of
went in a quiet corner. Yeah. I didn't really look at anyone else's. I know one of the guys here who's a mad builder did a lot of shrubbery sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I was told this year, like offhand from one of the workers, that when they were going in just before the auditions and building, they were going to say if anyone builds solar system, a sun, etc., they're not even going to blink twice at them.
Right.
And I get it.
It's uncreative. Yeah.
It's very uncreative. I guess we did all right with the pinball machine, but you know, you can also, fair enough, you build the sun, but then what if you build the rest of it? It's like some crazy space station.
I remember someone told me they built a giant eyeball.
Giant eyeball.
It was like, I don't know if it was like spilling off the table or something. Oh no, that was an ice cream cone someone did that was spilling off the table.
That's
there was
cool,
a giant eyeball someone did, which is pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you had to, let's keep the Lego Masters because you're very well known on it all, and you know it more than most would. If you had to build, let's go for my challenges. If you had to build a half of a something, what half would have you picked? Say there was the bike, violin, typewriter, TV.
I think I would have got the camera. I think that's most in line with sort of my background of things, and you know, creating a movie scene, using it as a prop. That would have been like an easy go-to, like no thought on that one.
And
a bike I'd see is far too tricky.
And what would have you made that come out of the projector?
I mean, you know, you'd think of classic movie scene, but you know, you'd probably not be allowed to.
You know what? And same as the day as well. I straight away thought Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Just for some reason, it's just you know. And then have you seen the Hitchcock house just around from?
I did, yeah.
I love
black
that.
and white.
Yeah.
Like it's you look at it and you're like, your eyes are color correcting, and you're like, no, that's just how it is.
So what have you done out of the projector?
I think I'd go some sort of historic moment as a movie. So like the guys did, you've got the World War II sort of plane thing going on. I think
they did well.
Something that's recognisable as a world classic event, a historic event, is probably the best way to...
A classic historic event. I'm just trying to think of one what I would pick as a classic historic... as a movie event or a real life world event?
I think a real life world event, but I'd be very conscious of creating that 3D world, how it would appear on a camera as well, and using like movie tricks to portray it as well, you know.
So you'd almost have like forced perspective.
Forced perspective. So I mean, same way I build my sets for filming, you know, it just needs to look good on camera. And in that theme, I'd be doing those sort of tricks.
I remember we got scolded, like we got really, really in trouble because the Titanic that we built for the movie things, it was so far out. So the Jack and what's the name? Rose.
Yeah. The
Jack and Rose on the front. Kale killed, absolutely the best.
Yeah,
like them figures were awesome.
Yeah.
I get what Brickman meant by if the figures are this high, why is your boat that high? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what are we going to build? A framework of... We sold the story. There's no doubt about it.
The story's fine.
You know, we sold what it was. You couldn't mistake what it was. But since then, there's a few guys I follow on Instagram that do forced perspective Lego only, and I get now done right. Man, that stuff is mind blowing. That shit is amazing.
Yeah, and it's all about the right angles. And I went around this morning getting photos here, and there's a lot of great builds of like you think of a car on a table. I've got the background of a convention center. That's no good to me for a photo. So I was going around looking for ones where I could get in low, get minifig eye level, and get a cool background.
So I'm assuming you're a fan of the Leoa probe lens?
What's that?
Okay, so man, I'm about to blow your mind. There's the lens, and it's the one they used on the Lego Masters show. It's 600 millimeters long,
right?
But it's 20 millimeters wide. It literally looks like a long pool cue, but you can sit that down inside a modular.
Which camera are we on?
So you look over. I'll bring it up. Hold on, I'll bring it up on the big screen for you. No, that's all right. There you go.
There we go. Bit of tilt there. So that's a. Let me get the. There we go. So that's a Rancor pit.
Focus there.
So this is part of a bigger set. So you know it's huge. It's like this, and he's got, I guess, a two level sort of interiors that you can see into.
Yep.
So I got the camera on basically the sand level of the desert, looking in, had a light hanging over the top through the grates.
Yep.
And you know, it adds all this color in the background, and
you can't tell.
You bring it to life a lot more with some extra lighting and getting to the eye level of the figure.
Perfect example. So the original guy I was supposed to go into the Lego Master with, Joe, he's a photographer, and he does it perfectly, like in these shots.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, people think I bad cat all the time. To his credit, his postcards are good.
He's an amazing photographer, amazing builder. Yeah.
The way, like you said, you're the same. You know, he what he does in that style, you can't beat that. Like same with Joe, they do it absolutely amazing. And you know, when you get to that level and you immerse yourself, it's like, yeah, okay, it becomes a real, like, so the motorbike and the four-wheel drive, you kind of almost think, you know, you're watching a motorbike doing a wheel in a four-wheel drive.
Think about how you take a photo of a human. You're at eye level, right? So, and I did a tutorial here last year on toy photography, and that was, I think, the biggest key bit of information for people taking photos here was get to eye level. So you can take photos with your phone. The phone cameras are amazing these days. Everyone's got it up this way, but you know, the minifigures eye levels here, you're coming down on them already. Flip your phone this way, suddenly you're below their eye level. That's all you've got to do.
And it turns it that good.
And it turns it around so much because it brings you into their world.
Yeah, that's
it's as simple as that.
And it's insane to think that something that quick and flipping it over easy.
Yeah, and focus and lighting.
Yeah.
But you know, improve each step as you go.
So Brick Studio Home Alone should be a set that comes out as an idea set.
I agree.
But
Citizen Brick have done the figs.
Home Alone figs are out there and they're awesome. But here's the next question, Brick Studio, and same to you, Cheep. What scene?
What scene?
What scene would you grab? So Home Alone is my missus's most favourite movie. To the point we're going to get married in New York because of Home Alone, Central Park. I kid you not. So what?
Did you know? I was watching the movies that made us the other week.
Yeah.
And it was filmed in Chicago in a old school, not an abandoned school, but it was like a school that had shut down in the basketball hall. So the director or whatever, he just likes filming in Chicago. I think he lives there. It's just easier.
Yep.
And they filmed other things there. All their production offices were in the classrooms. And yeah, they filmed in a school hall. They built the set in there. Even this, hang on, there was something with a swimming pool. They built a pool or something.
For Home Alone?
Yeah, hang on, what's the pool scene? Is there water? Something with water?
Yeah, the second Home Alone, their basement, there's wet bandits, remember? So they've been flooding houses, maybe?
Oh no, they used the pool and built down into the pool for something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was all filmed in a school hall. Amazing.
That is
in Chicago.
Cool. Back to if there was an idea set.
What scene,
what picture would say, okay, there's Home Alone. So, okay, first off, what if you think Home Alone? What's the first thing of the movie that obviously has to be something injuring the
well, so much of it's set in the house. You've got
Harry and Marty.
The kitchen.
Yep.
The bedroom, the bathroom, the basement is probably one of the more iconic, and the stairs. So I almost think it needs to be maybe the lounge with the stairs, potentially somehow getting the basement in there. That's tricky.
Or would you do like this? You've got a lounge room set up, and a couple of stairs there, and you can see the swinging bat thing, or the paint cans that falls off. Yeah. But on this side, you've got the window with the broken Christmas baubles. I'm just trying to think of what things, because you've got to kind of, and you know, that's probably why it's not an idea set yet.
I'd go through the movie and
screenshot, so to speak.
Yeah, basically do a shot list and figure out what scenes they use the most, because that could be considered the most iconic, like where the most action took place when he was competing with the bandits.
What would you? I'm still trying to think. Like, there's not really.
I think the lounge room, stairs, and then you could also have the window going to outside as well.
Or you could almost go Stranger Things level type build and have it like a split level, and then you got your basement with your. Because there's no real one big prank moment. Like they're all very
the Friends and the Big Bang set. Like, they are built like film studios, and they're great to film on because of that reason. Yep. And that's how you build for stop motion as well. I think you'd always have to build for that, because that's how they are. That's how they're made, and that's what works.
So
it's tricky, I think.
Yeah, man. But it's kind of that's what's good about, you know, getting the. Let's go Home Alone 2 then in New York.
Hang on. So
Home Alone 1 was the house and the basement.
And he was at the hotel a lot, right?
Yeah, but nothing happened at the hotel. You know, actually, you know, it'd also be another thing. Home Alone 1, the fake party. Had the Michael Jordan on the train track.
And I was thinking that you could do the little train set through the lounge room. That'd be
there's another
pretty
flip
good.
on it.
You'd have to come with a Michael Jordan statue, but he doesn't do licensing stuff with his face. So
you know what? Take ideas set out. Take the idea. You know what you need to do? You need to come to a show, 32 by 32, do movie scenes.
Yeah, that'd
you know
be
what I mean?
Actually, yeah.
There's
build the whole house. Just if you're going to commit to it, just do it for yourself. Build a mock. Do the whole Home Alone set.
I'm going to go ask Kale if I can have the Daily Bugle. I'm going to turn it into the Home Alone house, because that's a perfect framework.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of interiors, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Home Alone 2, it was New York. You can't really do you can do the Plaza Hotel, getting in trouble, but
Buzz's room, the bedroom.
Yeah.
The shelves and the spider.
Buzz, your girlfriend.
Buzz, your girlfriend.
Wolf. Fun fact, that was actually a boy in that photo. Just saying.
Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they had John Candy as well in the movie.
Yes.
So what was he?
He was in the airport. He
Yeah.
was singing in the back of the truck.
That's it. So they booked him for a day, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll go into a few hours." They made him work the full 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Look at these kids.
Oh, hello. Kind
Look
of
at
busy,
these
guys. This
guys.
is my moment.
Good. It is. This is the cheap jokes moment. Being overrun by. Here, you can just stand there, and you can be on the picture-in-picture.
Take photo. Taking photo with you.
Okay.
Of course you can. Got to squeeze in somehow.
Use those long Gaian arms.
So,
Do you have like a child?
because of Buzz had a snake. No, he had a spider.
You've come just for a charger, iPhone? No, I can't help. Alright.
How you going today?
Good. Oh, that's come a long way.
No thanks to Danushi.
Yeah.
Lady
Did you manage to find the park?
fig in the park.
Yeah, we were on the boat.
No, I went and asked.
I don't know. I can't remember the ladybird fig in the park.
No, not bird lady maybe. Pigeon lady.
Oh, the pigeon lady in the
Lady
park.
bird. I'm thinking the same thing, Little Red. Hey,
Yeah.
Guyan and Danushi, let's put the question to you. So we're streaming at the moment, we're going through. Brick Studios in America said hello as well.
Hello.
If you had to do a Home Alone, so you know you got the Friends, Big Bang
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Bend it and
I'll
flex
go-
it.
I'll
Yeah,
go.
cool.
That's them.
How or what scene would you pick to make it that's Home Alone?
I would say it'll be a combination of them. So you will have your house, obviously.
That's what
And
yeah.
all the stuff that they have in the slippery, so like the staircase that you go down, the rig door sort of thing.
That's the first two things I said.
Climbing out of the window and
Yes. So we thought, or he said, do the stairs in the house and the basement. And I'm like, well, you need the stairs with the paint cans.
Yeah.
You kind of also need the
Oh,
window
yeah.
with the smashing.
Yeah.
You know, what would you do though?
So you have like it'll be mini scenes, sort of thing,
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah, you
a
can
sort of
do
like a place.
habitat size. But
We all think the same, don't we?
Yeah. Because it's those iconic scenes that you come back to.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to think of what's a one good thing. Then we thought maybe like a Stranger Things, you had the lounge room, then the basement.
Basically, yes.
You know, and then I'm like, why don't you make, if someone comes to a display, why don't you do habitat scenes?
Yeah.
You know,
that's good as well.
Keep, but then if you're going to do that, then you'd want to go like that bigger minifig scale to get the detail.
Detail, yeah.
Where do you stop?
There you start.
true.
What other movie?
Well, if you had to do an ideas movie set or from any movie, what would you pick? What are some of your favourite movies, I guess? What about you? What's
Like
a favourite
the
movie
boys
of yours?
did King Kong. I thought King Kong was pretty
From the
awesome.
boys, the black and white, yeah.
Space Jam?
Dude, that would be awesome. And I love that you went to
Space Jam.
basketball.
Yeah,
I love that.
100%.
Basketball figures, they'll come with my girl.
I told you about my sneaker collection.
Mate, I saw
all
your
started,
sneaker
you know?
collection.
Former sneaker
Maybe
collection.
we might as well have a
Here we
game of
go.
basketball.
Oh yeah. You wanna have a shoot off first to 5?
First to 5,
So,
okay.
Any
gonna
character
be a
will take
while,
it in
yeah.
turns.
Dave,
Alright, let's go
Dave.
first to 3. I don't want it to be here all day.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Morning, Dave.
don't chuck him, man.
How'd you go last night? All good?
you have one of these, Jordan.
Again.
In my phone.
Alright.
Take it out of my phone. Plug your phone in. All right.
Okay.
So for those that are
You've got
watching,
live going on.
well, yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna go. Let's go first to 3. Let's keep it a bit more.
All right. So
realistic.
so for guys that are watching the picture-in-picture now, we're actually playing some awesome NBA, old school street
15
NBA.
minutes.
All right. Let's go. First
All
5.
right, so let's go first to 3. Let's keep it
First
realistic.
3. First 3. All
All right,
right.
we're taking it in turns.
Oh.
All right, you're up.
All right.
Ooh, that's down.
Ooh.
That's probably made your day easier.
It's all good. All right. That's a Twitch moment. And
Oh, all right.
All right. We're getting there.
I'm gonna use the corner of the backboard and flick it in.
So someone said let's do
One.
Incredibles. God
1-0,
damn.
1-0.
God damn.
I'll just line it up for you as well. Hi, Annabelle.
Oh!
I think
Alright, no.
we've- Oh, he's out now.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, let's do it. Let's go out.
See you boys.
Alright, see you guys.
Oh.
Okay, which one did you go from? Little red guy?
Danushi and Guyan, this is my mom and my niece.
How are you? This is Annabelle.
Oh!
My God, they're all going. It must be heating up in here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna switch and go the manky looking dude.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Which Maggie guy are you at? I'm just trying to keep the camera so we can see him a bit, that's all.
Oh, sorry.
No, we're not keeping straight. Man, we've got to give the people what they want to see.
Yeah, yeah. It's just got intense.
It did.
Georgia the Jungle, that'd be a good movie set.
Georgia the Jungle, that'd be odd.
Odd choice. Interesting choice.
Very
There we
interesting
go.
choice. I want to inspect the gadget, man.
Oh, I've seen someone make that,
Because
I'm pretty
imagine
sure.
the attachments you could have.
Yeah, true, right? Oh.
We're getting there.
I need to go get my sporty Cheap Jokes fig. Oh my gosh, that smacked the backboard.
Oh, come on.
I was feeling that one too.
I see why now we're going
Let me try
for
this
3.
one. This guy's really close. Is this a soccer pitch?
No, it's the street basketball pitch. Oh,
my
that went
gosh.
too high. Leave it there.
Well, he's on a really tight angle.
All right, here we go. I got to flick it more. Jumanji?
Oh.
Jumanji's a good movie set. Yeah, I agree with that one a little
Hang on, I'm thinking of the first one. Oh, come on.
bit. The first Jumanji, what would you do?
Jumanji. So where were they?
The lounge room had the jungle, the monkeys, the full animals.
It was all in the lounge room and you have
Yeah.
all the things busting in, don't you?
Oh, that was close.
Alright, come on. We started off hot.
We were on fire.
What's the score?
1-1. 1-1.
1-0.
It's gonna be a long game.
It is now, yeah.
You can be our ref somehow.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think it's
The-
like using it as a springboard.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
This is insane. Why is it this hard? Mary Poppins, no, I don't agree with Mary Poppins. I don't think that would be a good one.
I think anything Disney's a safe bet these days because they own everything.
There is a Jumanji board game, isn't
Oh
there?
my gosh, come on.
Oh yeah, Jumanji maybe.
What other movies, man? Oh! Gayan's giving us some input as well while you're on the stream watching. Oh,
2-1,
come
2-1. Does that mean he's out?
on! Not until I get him.
Alright. But I can't use him again, right?
Oh, no, you can't. It's on Lego Ideas. Oh, I have seen that one, but yeah, nah. Oh, you mean like Jumanji as a board game out of Lego?
Oh.
That might work.
I just shot right off. His last one's going to be hard. He's right under the ring. Space Jam has to be done. I'd really like. I mean, they got the LeBron.
I just want a Jordan minifigure.
Yeah, Jordan minifigure. Well, they got LeBron coming out soon, right? As the new Space Jam.
Yes.
So I think there's good potential to get in on it early, especially with all the marketing they'll put towards it. I'll contact some hookups at Nike and see what we can get going. Get
My
into-
date with the president's daughter. That just went to level 100.
Can we just do Step Brothers as well?
What about action movie? Think of it like the big out there, cringy action movie.
Action movie.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Triple X or a Fast and not Fast and Furious, but like
Oh, Fast and Furious probably would go for it, wouldn't
Easy
they?
to do. What is it?
Oh.
The Mechanic.
You got it?
No, but there's no real.
Mad Max.
There are actually.
Change the stuff from
my
Lego
gosh,
Movie
come on.
2.
Someone's already done that.
Apocalypse, they changed it up to
Have you not seen Kale's?
Can you make this?
Kale done a movie on it, a video on it.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
You want something to go viral? You got
What are
to
you
press the
doing?
viral button.
You can. That
Oh,
live.
you stuffed me up.
Yeah.
Is the other one still going in purple?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
We're getting into it. Danushi, you stuffed me up.
come on.
That's all right. I'll leave it off for
I think
now.
we're gonna have to give it a few more shots and call it.
Yep. Shock toast, hi.
wanna go to overtime.
Shock the toast. How are you, man? Oh, Mission Impossible. So he's
They do have the dimension set.
That was
yes.
a close one.
So here's a good story for you watching. The Mission Impossible, Kale and I wanted to build the guy doing the drop from the rope in the computer room
Oh my God.
for our movie
Yeah.
episode, but they wouldn't let us because it was a dimension set.
Oh.
So that's why we chose
Oh.
2-2. You had the win. You had the win. 2-2.
This is when I really start trying. Now the competitive kicks in.
Oh.
Dude.
Come on.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
Oh, it's 2-2, people. Cheap Jokes versus Billsy. NBA World Championships right here. All-Star Weekend. Oh, and we're going good. That's the exact scene I was
I'm glad we
thinking
didn't go
of, iconic
first to
scene.
5. This would have been horrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know, for Mission Impossible, that is definitely the iconic hang down, hover off the floor.
Top Gun?
Top Gun, yes.
Oh.
Like a
Because
lab
there's no.
thing.
Yeah.
it's all like
Just some fighter jets, yeah? Like real fighter jets.
Yeah.
Winner!
Let's go.
Winner! And we're going to cut the stream there. Andrew,
Thanks, man.
thank you for coming on, guys. Don't forget, follow